And the festive season is upon us, a time when people don't mind loosening their purse strings and companies go all out to ensure that they put up their festive best. Over the weekend, we saw major e-commerce players kick off their festive sales, and initial reports suggest that sales have been doing very, very well, at least in the first couple of days. Sellers on these platforms have seen a 2 to 5 times jump in demand from before the sale period. And of course, deep discounts and social media ad spends have also gone back to pre-pandemic levels. So is this just post-pandemic impulse buying? What do we say about this trend? What is it telling us? Especially at a time when we're hoping that high prices are not going to dampen the spending mood ahead of the festive season. To speak more on this, I'm joined now by Ujjwal Chaudhary, Partner Benchmarks Retsia, and Utkrishta Kumar, CXO Business at Meesho. Welcome to both of you, and thank you so much for speaking with us. Ujjwal, let me begin with your overview, because I know you guys put out data before all the sales with a sort of a preview of how well or badly you think the sales are going to perform this year round. What is your number for this year? You're on mute, Ujjwal. You're on mute, Ujjwal.
Thanks. So, Tamanna, this year we projected around $6 billion of sales in week one and around $12 billion for the entire month. Basis the first 4 days, which are actually the most critical ones, where 60% of the week sale happened, we definitely see this number on track. Great to see the kind of growth which is happening. So this year we are seeing around 28 to 30% growth compared to last year. So last year was a little bit muted. The growth was in the 20-25% range. This year we see it back on track at 25 to 30% range. And the great part is, at this scale, and this event has been happening for the last 7-8 years now. So the kind of value that it has been able to generate for the consumer, for the seller, for the brands, as well as for the platform, I think it's just great to see, such a great event continuing with a great show.
Utkrishta, in terms of the initial response, and I know the natural tendency will be for you to say, hey, we are doing great in our sale, but to give us a honest idea, because this is also a gauge for us on what is the consumer appetite out there. Is this better than you perceived or expected?
Hey, yeah, thanks, Tamanna, for having me. Definitely much better than we perceived. In fact, just putting the numbers out there as proof is in the pudding. Our day one, we clocked around 87.6 lakh orders, which is an 80% year-on-year growth, right? And if we just look at our smaller business participation, that has increased 360% compared to last year. And what has been very significant about this sale, that 85% of demand has come in from tier 2 and beyond. And even on the seller side, 75% of these orders have gone to sellers in tier 2 and beyond, right? So, just the broader proposition that Meesho has, which is around lowest cost distribution channel and very competitive in terms of selection and pricing, we are seeing a much higher upside than what we anticipated.
Categories, Mr. Kumar, which are doing exceptionally well. You give us some insight by saying that tier 2 is seeing more demand. Is that now typical or unusual? And are you seeing high value spends overtaking your smaller ticket items?
Yeah, so again, Meesho, the core value proposition has been around building the lowest cost distribution channel, right? And for us, a lot of new to e-commerce growth has been coming in from tier 2 and beyond cities. And that's where, the broader opportunity anyway lies. Even in terms of category, while fashion has been the core mainstay, we have seen categories like home and kitchen, appliances, electronics, they all recording never before numbers. In terms of, again, where the ASP or AOV trends, we are a platform that's more democratic. We are not we are not driven by certain high ASP, high AOV setups. And hence for us, growth has been a lot more secular. It has come in across categories, across price segments.
Yeah. In terms of what is the kind of differentiation we're going to see over the last couple of years, Ujjwal, that becomes also very important That question for Ujjwal Chaudhary. Considering that we have seen the pandemic put behind us even last year, but demand was still a bit hit. And we saw that divergence where, your high ticket items and higher discretionary spends were doing well, but your mid to lower items were not to that extent. Do you see that trend changing?
So I think the way to look at it is when we were looking at Festive last year, it was about, in fact, in the last couple of years, it was about essentials.
Yeah.
Right. So everything I need to, be comfortable at my home, being able to work
I
more
remember
productively.
large refrigerators, air conditioners, all of that was going off the charts.
Yeah. I mean, categories like vacuum cleaner and ovens, right? So those were just doing really well. I think this year it's more about, celebrating the Diwali finally in fashion, going out, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is it's less about high ASP versus low ASP. It's more about, going out, celebrating the event. So, all of the categories that we are seeing, right? So for example, iPhone did like extremely well, right? Because people are now going out. So they want to, sort of buy, phones that they want to sort of show to their friends, etc. I think categories like beauty and personal care
buying
are
the
doing well.
iPhone 14, Ujjwal?
That's actually iPhone 12 and 13, right? Which are on great, prices and discounts. So I think, so that's one of the reasons that iPhone has been doing well this time around.
All right. Honest question again. Another honest question, and hopefully for an honest answer. Are the discounts real discounts? This question for Utkrishta. Are they real discounts or, just a tad maybe lower than what the usual MRP would be? Because that's another trend that we've been seeing, right? The discounts look better than they actually are.
Again, our approach here has been pretty straightforward. We are a platform and, we don't dictate terms on what the MRP or discounts should be. So we enable our sellers to go ahead and opt into the discounts that they want to offer.
Sure. I'm not claiming you. I'm not claiming you enable the discounts because you're not allowed to. I'm well aware of that. What I mean is, in terms of what is being offered by your sellers, are they truly good deals exceptionally this year, or is more of the same?
Yes, these deals are exceptionally great because, again, I mean, there is a massive demand surge and sellers want to capitalize on the goodness that is coming along. And what we have seen is as competition on the platform has increased, sellers have gone ahead and opted into giving a higher discount to drive that order conversion. To answer your question short, definitely yes, these discounts that sellers are opting in for are significant, and that's reflecting in how conversion on the platform has seen a massive upswing.
Ujjwal, that question for you with the kind of overview of the quality of discounts this time around?
No, I think definitely, the discounts are pretty real, very high quality, right? So, I mean, the way to look at discounts is it's not just about, how much they are slashing off the prices. I think, banks have been giving great discounts, riding on the number of consumers which are coming on the platform. So, great bank discounts. I think the exchange offers, the, EMI schemes, right? So, more than discounts, it becomes about affordability and, and I think they're definitely a very strong value proposition for Festive this time around as well.
Absolutely. So, I've not done any great research on this, but at the first view, they look like pretty decent discounts this time around, but not necessarily on everything. It's a bit of a hunt to get the best deal. But it's only just begun. Let's hope for better deals going ahead and, of course, better spends. Thank you so much, Ujjwal Chaudhary and Krishna Kumar, for joining us on this leg of the India Development Debate.
Thanks, Tamanna. Glad to be here.
Thank you. Thanks, Tamanna.